Hello, welcome in everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the general collective message for the weekend. These are the weekend vibes. We're going to talk about the astrology. Then we're going to jump in with some cards, so stick around. These energies are intense. This message is pretty powerful. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video. It just helps circulate the content. It's just a nice, free, easy way to help the channel to grow. But let's talk about these messages that came through for me. And so we've got the moon entering into Aquarius. It actually entered into Aquarius at 3:54 a.m. And so this, I feel, is bringing forward a powerful symbol of growth and abundance and wisdom. And so whether you are embarking on a new project or seeking greater spiritual understanding, or simply just navigating the ups and downs of daily life, these energies are offering you a lot of valuable guidance and insights. And so I was shown the Death card with the Knight of Swords, and I felt a very strong presence of Capricornian energy. And so I do feel significant change is coming. It's likely going to be sudden. It's likely going to be unexpected. There's going to be some big changes. There's going to be some very big relationships coming to an end, coming to a close. And this is what I heard. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. And so it really is time for transformation. It's time to shift into a new lifestyle, a healthier spiritual lifestyle. And it's time to be open and honest with yourself, even if this honesty is very uncomfortable, because I feel somebody here needs to hear this deep down inside. You already know it's time to move on. You already know it's time to make a change. I was shown the number signs 616 and 555. 919 has been very loud, and 919 lately. And so the moon is moving through Aquarius all weekend. We are in preparation for the first eclipse on the Virgo-Pisces axis. We're going to have the moon trine Jupiter. And this is bringing forward an opportunity, I feel, for expansion, for heart expansion. I was shown the Judgment card with the Page of Swords, along with the Temperance card and the Emperor. And so this really is, I feel, a huge indication of a fresh start in your life. And so change will always require very uncomfortable self-reflection and introspection, but this is where we complete the old order, the old phase, and we begin a brand new cycle. And so it's really important to find that balance, to find the balance between respect and leadership, because many of us are being called as these new earth leaders, but we can't be a new earth leader if we haven't taken charge of our day-to-day life. And so with the moon in Aquarius forming a trine to Venus, Venus is all about love, romance, and money. And I was shown the World card with the Hierophant card, along with the underlying energy of the Devil and the Strength. And so somebody here needs to find their inner strength and their inner courage to overcome fears and to overcome addictions. And I know how hard that can be. And so recognize how the decisions that you make and the behaviors that you choose to keep playing into are influenced by maybe the darker side of your life when it comes to an unhealthy habit or some type of an addiction, because I kept hearing persuasion and addictions. So somebody here might be persuaded to keep going towards the darker side of life, but I was very much feeling this energy of spiritual awakening. And so in order to go through this enlightenment process, we do have to complete a significant cycle in our life. And so we do have to blend the physical reality with the metaphysical realms. And that's part of this awakening journey. We also are going to have Venus forming a trine to Jupiter this weekend. And I was shown the energy of the Judgment card and the King of Wands. And below the surface was the Magician and the Eight of Wands. And so the Hanged Man and the Lovers was kind of sitting there too with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And so this is a major opportunity, I feel, this weekend when it comes to growth within relationships. And that doesn't mean that you got to stay somewhere that isn't healthy for you. But this is all about opening up to a new creative process. 444 on the timer. So say yes. Say yes to the new open door. Say yes to the new opportunities, because this is a time of great potential, but it is potential. You have to grab the bull by the horns. You have to understand that when we harness this potential energy, there's massive opportunity for rapid progress, accelerated ascension. But you have to hold on to that power. You hold the power. You have skills. How can you use those skills to achieve your goals? Because great speed and momentum is really what this felt like. Jupiter is all about expansion. Venus is all about money and love. So there could be an unexpected windfall coming through. But I just feel there's going to be a very difficult choice that likely is needing to be made when it comes to a certain relationship. And so you might feel like you've been suspended in time or in a state of transition, suspended like the Hanged Man, in order to gain a new perspective about what true partnership truly means. But I do feel now is the time to let go of all unhealthy patterns, all unhealthy relationships, and to trust in the process, because we are in the portal of choices and gaining those new perspectives. So let's jump in with some tarot. Let's see what else needs to come through with the cards today. Remember, guys, tarot, oracle cards, it's all about guidance. It's all about empowerment. I'm not here to tell you what to do. The cards certainly are not here to tell you what to do. Nobody should be telling you what to do, but I am here to hopefully nudge you in the right direction. So take this reading and all readings as an opportunity to step into your power and to create the life that you want. But let's see what else needs to come through with the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. If you would like to book a more personalized reading with me, though, I do encourage you to check the description box below. Down below, you will find a link to my webpage. There's also a link below in the description box to join the channel membership if you'd like to become a channel member. I go live every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So head on over there. I do an all zodiac sign reading every Thursday at noon on the membership side of the channel. Go check it out for less than a cup of coffee a month. You can come and join us on the other side. But let's get into it. Let's get a few of these messages out and let's see what needs to come through for a weekend check-in today. What do we got for the weekend energies? We got Sagittarius. There's that Jupiter energy. There's that expansion. And so I do feel an underlying energy of the Hermit. And then the 9 energy is saying completion. 9s are completion. And so we kind of got like a centaur energy there. Half horse, half human. And I do feel a wound. I do feel a deep-seated wound coming through. So you could have major Sagittarius placements in your chart. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but this is all about expansion. And so Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Previously, it used to be Pisces. We get almost like a King of Swords energy coming through. We get the conjunction, which is an alliance. And so when two planets conjunct, it's usually the same sign and they're in a conjunction. They're in a tight conjunction. And this usually creates a really easy flow of energy. But this is all about going towards your true soul tribe, your true soul family. And what else do we got here? We got Shine. We got Leo coming through. So fire energy. There's a lot of fiery, passionate energy coming through. And this is all about shining a light, I think, on beliefs. I feel a Hierophant energy coming through. And then bottom of the deck, we get Mars. And so this is all about taking a leap of faith. This is about trusting in the truth that you are sitting in, because somebody here has the sword of truth in their hands. And now it's time to take action, to use that sword, to cut through the illusions, to cut through the bullshit, and to drop some dead weight here, because I do feel the energy of the Fool. So Aries energy. And so there's a light shining down on maybe an entire social group or a home situation here, and you're being called to expand beyond it. And so maybe you've been in hibernation, maybe you've been shining a light on these negative vices, and now it's kind of time to cut through the illusion and to take action. And so there is some type of spiritual activation going on this weekend. It could be a spiritual awakening. And this is going to bring forward a lot of healing potential, but you're going to have to find your strength to really immerse yourself in some type of truth. And so I've said it before and I'll say it again. The truth is going to piss you off. The truth is going to shatter your illusions, but the truth is going to set you free. So let's read into the conjunction card, the alliance card, because that one has been coming through quite a bit lately in all of the readings. So let's get a little bit deeper of a message with this energy. So this is about taking care of your own energy fields and your own ideas during this spiritual process. And so if there's been a merging of energies with a partner or a teacher or a coworker, you need to notice that maybe you need to step back. And so conjunctions, this is the thing with conjunctions. I've been with another Taurus man, and our suns were conjunct, and it comes in like this hot, fiery, passionate energy, and then it usually ends in disaster. I find that. And so usually there's a new spark or a spark off when it comes to a new partnership, because your energies bounce off of one another very easily. But you got to be wary of these relationships, because then you ultimately down the road end up shrinking yourself to fit the mold of that other person, and it can become almost like an enmeshment when it comes to the merging. And so you have to find your own paradigm. You have to find your own process, your own technique. And so there's something about expanding through a very exhausting relationship cycle. And so relationships come in many forms, right? They can be lovers, they can be parent-child relationships. They can really be any type of relationships, but I feel something here is about to combust. And so I do feel you have to become greater than the sum of all of the parts. And so there is a relationship here that you need to be wary of that has asked you to shrink yourself to fit a mold that they expect of you. And so this is all about individual growth, individual expansion. And so there is a light being shone down, and you could be a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. I feel Aries, Leo, Sag, very interesting. And so there's like a fire triplicity of energies coming through is what I feel. Somebody here might have a grand fire trine in their birth chart. And there's something about calling in a soul tribe. So let's go a little bit further with the tarot cards. Let's see what else needs to come through. Oh, look at that. More Leo energy. Oh, it's going to take great strength, I think, to expand beyond some type of situation here where I feel there's just a misunderstanding. There's no resolution in sight. And so there's great sadness coming through. And the strength card is saying, hey, you're going to get through. You're going to find your personal power to assert yourself. I think this is about walking away from a cycle with kindness and with strength, but it is about letting go of the past. There's some great sadness here coming through. And personal growth comes in the midst of chaos, in the midst of challenges and changes. Usually when we're comfortable and we're in our comfort zone, we're not doing the deepest spiritual work that we can do. The deepest spiritual work that we can do comes in the breakdowns, comes in the process of breaking down. And so this is about healing your heart. And so you've got to be there for yourself. Yes, it's great to be there for people in their times of need, but are you there for yourself? And so there is something here about a realization, finding the strength to overcome some type of situation that I think is causing a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain. So let's do 9 of these cards. Let's see what else needs to come through. Very strong Leo energy, very strong fire energy. So pay attention to those aspects within your birth chart. But let's get at it. There's that Knight of Wands, more fire energy. The Knight of Coins in reverse. So we get the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and we get healing. And so this kind of feels like a sudden, unexpected choice. There's somebody here, I think, taking immediate action, maybe to go towards an opportunity that they were apprehensive about, to heal an opportunity where maybe they didn't invest in it in the past. The top row for me is recent past. And so there's going to be an event, there's going to be a shakeup that's going to require immediate action. And so do not be apprehensive. The Knight of Wands is saying, go, go, go. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, and in reverse he's going after something. And I think this is about healing. And so the Star, Aquarian energy. Have faith in the future. Somebody here has been given like the go ahead. It's time to go. It's time to plant that seed. Pay attention to the details. Somebody here is getting to the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, they are. 5 of Cups in reversed. 3 of Pentacles in reversed, and the Ace of Cups in reversed. And so there could be a massive heart expansion for sure going on here. I do feel we could have like a Knight of Wands energy that went towards a very passionate relationship. They were apprehensive about a solid, committed partnership, and now they want to heal maybe a missed opportunity. The Five of Cups reverse is saying, stop focusing on the negative. Stop looking back at what didn't turn out. And so we're going to go through many heartbreaks in our lifetime. We're going to. It's a given. So stop focusing on the negative. Start looking at, hey, this had to happen for a certain reason. Focus on the positive. Look for the blessing in disguise. And so sometimes what didn't actually work out can be a blessing in disguise. But I do feel there's a need to recognize that there's some type of emotional experience going on here that maybe came into your life as a catalyst to rip you wide open so you can go through this awakening. I feel somebody here is going through a spiritual awakening. They're awakening to all of these heightened intuitive senses, these psychic abilities, these spiritual insights, and I do feel there's a massive heart purge going on here. And then we get the Nine of Wands, and there it is. There's that core wound. And so some people come to love us, some people come to hurt us, some people come to trigger us. Not everybody comes to stay. And so this is about get prepared to deal with a deep-seated core wound so you can create balance in your life. And so more Sagittarius energy. There's something here about creating something very extraordinary for your life. And so the Temperance angel is saying, hey, it's time to alchemize a lesson. It's time to master this lesson. It's time to find your self-control, to release addictions. And then we close off the reading, the last card, the Nine of Swords. And so there's fear. There's fear about an ending here. There's fear because somebody's expecting the worst. But I got to say, like, why are you losing sleep over a situation that I think you already know the truth about? Bottom of the deck, we've got the Crossroads energy, and we've got more Aries energy coming through with the Fool, the Dreamer, and the Ten of Wands. And so, yeah, you can't keep staying in a state of confusion and delusion. And so somebody is laying down a burden. Somebody here has really overanalyzed making a choice, and it could be a choice between two. It could be two men, it could be two women, it could be same sex couple. It doesn't have to be, but there are two men depicted on the card. And so somebody here is at the crossroads when it comes to making a bold choice. And I do think there's unfounded fear about taking a leap of faith, because when the Fool takes the leap, the Fool doesn't know what's on the other side. You got to take that leap. Spirit's always going to tell you, hey, you got to leap first. Trust me, I'll catch you on the other side. You can't hold on to two separate cycles at the same time. You got to let go of the old before you can step into the new. And that does take great spiritual strength. And so somebody here is getting ready to expand. They are moving forward. They're making a choice. They've got a golden opportunity in their hand to complete a cycle, I feel. Something about roses. And so this is time, it's a time to lay down a burden. And so this is also about releasing addictions. When we play into overindulgence and addictions, it will keep us in a state of illusion and confusion. And so there's a need to gain clarity, but you can't gain clarity when you're in the wrong relationship cycle. So let's clarify the Three of Coins in reverse. I just feel somebody here has really worked hard at trying to hold on to a situation that has caused a lot of grief, that has caused a lot of heartbreak. Maybe somebody's reputation here is on the line when it comes to walking away from a situation where there's a lack of loyalty. There could be a cheating scenario playing out here. It doesn't have to be. I really don't see third party. The Knight of Coins can say, hey, somebody here is playing games. They're not really invested, especially beside the Knight of Wands. But there's healing here. There's positive changes. So let's clarify this Three of Coins in reverse, because I do feel there needs to be a recognition of releasing something that you don't really love anymore, that's caused you a lot of emotional grief. And you got to forgive yourself, because you don't know until you know. So the Three of Coins in reverse is saying, hey, the second you release a situation that you don't really love, that's when you can plant the seed and get to work towards a golden new opportunity here. And then we get the renewal. So the Judgment in reverse and the Queen of Swords. And so this is like a wake-up call. This is about getting really honest, cutting through illusions, reviewing, maybe looking back at the past and offering yourself compassion and forgiveness. But the Queen of Swords is saying, hey, I'm cutting this out. I'm releasing this person. I'm releasing this situation. I'm releasing whatever it is here that's no longer serving me, so I can maybe focus on career, focus on growth, maybe going back to school. This could lead to a career promotion. a new area of study. So it's like looking at the bad judgment call, like, hey, I just think there's a feminine here realizing there's no chance at reconciliation. This is about heading towards your purpose. This is about knowing, hey, I got to do in my heart of hearts what is true for me. And so maybe you've got to release a divorce situation. Maybe you've never ever been married, and maybe you did have your heart broken by somebody that you thought was going to be the one, and they didn't turn out to be the one. And so you got to release those negative emotions attached to that. What else do we got? Oh, we got a King of Swords. Interesting. I can't believe I felt the need to pull that from the bottom. And so, and the way I put it is like this. And so, so the Judgment in reverse is saying no, there is no opportunity to reconcile. I do feel there's a masculine here that maybe received some really poor advice. This Queen, I think, is looking at a very unhealthy situation here. I think this Queen has been very fair-minded. We could have a Queen here that's a public speaker. The King here is not really speaking. He's not holding the sword. And so there's like a lack of communication. There could be ghosting. There could be blocking. But there's a King here that I feel that we got another Knight below that likes falling in love. We've got a masculine here that loves the thrill of falling in love, but really doesn't have any staying power. And that's what I feel. And so be mindful of sudden love affairs. Be mindful of love bombers. Be mindful of men that come in, or women, doesn't have to be gender specific, that come in super romantic, super flirtatious, super like, hey, I'm in love, and they're in love with you within the first 2 weeks. Run for the hills, because that is somebody that really isn't emotionally available. That is somebody that is in love with falling in love. And so there is a lack of balance here. And I feel on the flip side of this no reconciliation, there's a masculine here that is gaining all kinds of insights about a very unhealthy situation. He could be dealing with an Empress reverse. Look at Empress, Emperor in reverse, and that's the truth. So we've got a masculine here in a very karmic cycle. We actually got two people here in a very karmic cycle. Third party. I heard third party. There it is. I see third party. And so this is about getting to the heart of the matter. We could have an ex here that is exposing some truth. But I also feel this ex is turning her back. But she sees things clearly. She knows that this tower is coming. And I do feel there's a tower coming because we've got two very karmic individuals here that probably wouldn't be that karmic if they weren't together, that are facing all kinds of challenges, all kinds of obstacles, all kinds of delays, because there's a need to get honest here. And so communication really does solve a lot of the problems that we have, right? And so clear, open, honest communication really is what is required to cut through the fog, to cut through the illusions, to get to the next leg of the journey. But I do feel there is news coming about some type of separation, and maybe this King is coming in with communication and an apology. I think a flood of emotions washing over them, connected to a bad judgment call. But we've got a Queen here. She's like, no, I'm not going towards anything that I know is not meant for me, that I don't love. And so what is the unfounded fear? Because I feel it's coming from this King energy. The Magician, the Knight of Swords in reversed. We get the Three of Swords, and we get the Four of Pentacles. So somebody has really withheld this heart awakening, this heart opening. There's a masculine here that I think is struggling. There's going to be a huge opening of the heart here, because there's somebody here that has not processed some type of ending, some type of sadness. And I think they're stressed right out because they were some type of pathological liar or master manipulator. But this is about sudden, unexpected communication. Somebody here has really withheld healing a past misunderstanding. Maybe this person abandoned somebody in their time of need. But I do feel somebody needs to make a choice, and I think they're going back to something or someone that they left out in the cold for some type of karmic energy. And this might be a full-on confession. Somebody tried to move on. They thought, hey, I don't have to process this ending. I don't have to process this heartbreak. I'm just going to move on. I'm going to go have fun. And that's not how life works. When you do that, you bring all of that baggage from that relationship ending that you didn't process into that next relationship, and then you're creating third party. Even if you're not talking to the other person, there's third party energy because you didn't clear and close out the cycle. You didn't learn the lesson. And so somebody here is repeating negative patterns, negative lessons over and over and over again. And it's going to require honesty. It's going to require a confession. And somebody might have to go back to bring forward an open-hearted conversation in order to heal a past misunderstanding. Does that mean you got to take this person back? Heck no. If you want this person back, then be mindful, use your discernment. But what is the fresh start? What is the Fool bringing forward? Because I think there's a burden here that's just long overdue when it comes to being released. So tell me more about the Fool. The Queen of Coins, the King of Cups in reversed, and the Lovers. And so there is an unexpected choice here. There is. And so I do feel there's a queen here coming into some type of realization like, hey, this person is not emotionally available. They're not trustworthy. They're not honorable. I got to get grounded. I got to get stable because I got a lot of love to give people here. I'm generous. I'm practical. I love to make people's lives better. I love to make everybody's life more beautiful. And so there's a queen here needing to kind of take a step back, take a more sensible approach, and really look at a situation from face value. Is this person completely trustworthy? Because I don't think they are. They are certainly not emotionally devoted. And so this is about going after what your heart is telling you to go after. And so the Lovers is usually a choice between two. If you're struggling with depression, illness, if you're drained in a relationship with somebody, it's time to take back your power. It's time to take back your vibrant health and to make another choice. Because if something is draining you, if something is depleting you, if your finances are a mess because of somebody that you're with, that is a huge indication of a red flag and a karmic cycle. And so it's time to embrace true love. But true love of self is where the journey always begins at. And so get ready to overcome some obstacles here. It's going to require a lot of emotional honesty. It's going to require a commitment to filling your own cup first. It's going to require a commitment to do maybe some inner child healing. But there are a lot of heightened psychic abilities coming through in these energies. And so get ready to receive a message. And it is regarding relationships. And so there is a new emotional experience being offered to you. But you have to walk through the doorway and you got to cut through illusions. And there is some type of activation, I feel. So let's close the reading off with a crystal stone deck message, and let's see what else needs to come through. So we got Gemini energy, we have air, we have earth. I feel Aries, very strong Aries, Gemini, Virgo. We've got Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. We've got Taurus, Libra. So what is the closing message on this one? Point your heart towards grace, Emerald. Followed the yellow brick road to the Emerald City. And so when they got to the end of the yellow brick road, everything was an illusion. That person behind the curtain was an illusion. And so this is about seeing beyond the veil. And so this is really a total refresh happening this weekend. Open your heart to the limitless possibilities. Open your heart towards grace. This is about speaking from the heart. Amazonite, Emerald, Chrysoprase, all of these energies are saying heart, 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 heart. And so somebody could have really struggled through that last Mercury retrograde, but it's really time to forgive. It's time to forgive the person that hurt you the most, whether it's a past lover or your parents, or most of all, maybe yourself when it comes to self-deception. And so it's time to be an evolved being. And in order to do that, you have to open up your heart. And so, you know what? When we go through endings, it hurts. Sometimes it feels like you're going to cry forever and you're never going to get through the worst of the heartbreak. Trust me, you will get through it. I went through the worst of the worst heartbreaks back in 2019, and it brought me to my knees. It did feel like a near-death experience. And I'm proof that you can hold your heart, you can heal, and you can overcome. So forgive yourself for trusting somebody that maybe didn't deserve your trust. But do not give up on love, because somebody here has been given the green light to keep going. And so it takes courage. It takes courage. It takes strength to speak from your heart. And so if somebody's got a ball and chain around your neck, it's time to say, hey, no more. I'm not living under somebody else's thumb. And so I do feel this is about finding your courage, and maybe you've temporarily lost your courage to speak up, but somebody here really needs to go through a total refresh. And so speak from your heart, grow from your heart, and deepen your intuition, because I do think this has been a long time coming and somebody kind of knows it. And so that's what I've got for a message for the weekend check-in, guys. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to go further with me with a personal reading, do feel free to check out that description box below, guys. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.